It's the best time of the year. The NBA playoffs are in full force. To help celebrate the action, DraftKings Sportsbook is serving up a can't-miss offer.
This week, new customers can bet $5 on any team to win their game and get $150 in free bets instantly. You win no matter what.
All DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet during the first round with same-game parlays.
We're back this week with another All the Smoke same-game parlay. Matt, you think we're going to cash out this week?
You know it, Jack. Pop over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app now to see who we're riding with this week, and let's get this paper together.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code SMOKE. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win that game during the playoffs and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code SMOKE at DraftKings Sportsbook.
The McDonald's All-American Game.
Here we go.
1996, loaded.
Best class ever.
Man.
Best class ever.
There's no argument here. But
Best
what
class
we
ever.
been wanting to get to is I wanted to talk to the real MVP of the game. I work with the nigga that thinks he is the MVP, but I wanted to talk to the real MVP. So
See how quick this motherfucker switch sides? This nigga be hood hopping so much, Shaheen, it don't make no goddamn sense.
Hey, so talk to us about that game. Again, loaded class. It's well documented who played. Talk about that experience, some of the guys in it, and then you and Jack, I want you and Jack to get to the MVP conversation.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, right? Like, that experience was everything, right? Because it was the first time that all of us really came together. Like, everybody heard about each other from, everybody from different stages, different places, and you never got a chance to really play. The game was, to be honest with you, the game was trash. The practice was, like Steve could tell you, like, dudes was going at it. Like, everybody had something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everybody, right? So, Corey Benjamin had something to prove against Kobe. I had something to prove against Mike Bibby.
Yeah.
It was just like everybody was like going at each other's neck. The practices was like everything. The game was just fun, to be honest with you. So those 2 days of practicing and going to like the Ronald McDonald house and visiting places in Pittsburgh kind of put things in perspective, right? Like, we, as athletes, we don't understand what other people is going through. So then when you go and you visit those houses and see what the kids doing stuff like that, to me, that was the best part of it. And then getting a chance to know everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see people, but you don't really know them.
Right.
And then you get a chance to know people and you're like, oh, he's like me. Like, he's a real dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you get a chance to chop it up with people.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that was the best experience, man.
A lot of people don't remember this, though, Shaheen. When we was in practice, we was going through walkthrough. And Rip Hamilton was guarding Kobe, and Kobe just swung through him and went dunked it hard. And coach was like, oh, y'all want to play for real? Kobe's like, no, let's get after it. And we went, and like you said, our practice was our game, because you had Jermaine O'Neal, Tim Thomas going at it. You know what I mean? You had Corey Benjamin and Kobe going at it, Shaheen and Mike Bibby. And we also had Ed Cota. Like, boys was really going at it, bro. And like Shaheen said,
bro. It was crazy.
For me too, bro, I feel the same way you felt. Like, this was our first time all together. We all heard each other, dog. But to all be on the same team, to all play together, like, that was definitely the height. Not even the game, but like you said, just to be around everybody was the height of McDonald's game for probably me too.
It was so crazy, right? Because you look at a guy, right, Stak, that we don't even talk about. But at the time, like, Ronnie Fields was that dude.
Ooh,
like,
was that
he
dude.
was the dude in our class.
And he couldn't even make
Kobe,
it to...
before everybody,
Yep.
before he got in the car accident. Ronnie was that dude. So for Ron to be out there and to be with us and not experience, man, like, and the East team was just stacked. Like, our team was ridiculous, man.
We would have had Ronnie Fields, bro.
Y'all didn't even need him.
You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Like we had the starters, and then, like, it really wasn't no coming off the bench. Like, you had Ed Cota, Jermaine O'Neal, Vasil Aftermar. You had all those guys come up. Like, we had a crew. Like, it was just, man.
Who was your guys' starting five?
It was me, Stak, Kobe, Tim, and it wasn't even Rip. Oh, was it
No, Jermaine. It was Jermaine, right?
No, Jermaine didn't
Tim.
start. No, Jermaine came off the bench. Remember, Jermaine came off the bench with Ed Cota. I think it was Vasil Aftermar. Remember Vasil?
Vasil. That's who you threw the bounce pass through the legs to.
Yeah.
Vasil. Yeah, Vasil.
And I don't know how we got the star lineup, but like, that's a lineup that was out there.
Who was you guys remember who the other team starting lineup was?
Mike Bibby, Corey Benjamin.
Lesser Earl.
Lester Earl. Yeah, Lester Earl.
Remember my guy from
Went for Walton?
Went for whoa.
Hey, he had game.
He was an animal.
What? Whoa. Winfrey was a bucket.
Yes, sir.
No, I was gonna say that's the one thing that kids today don't understand. Because I coach my 13-year-olds, and you see with the internet, you see everything, and you know who people are before you even actually meet them. Back then, if you wasn't reading the little magazines, you didn't know who no one was until you ran up on them in the game. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you get to the McDonald's point, it's different, but I'm talking about in the process of AAU. Like you said, you really didn't go coast to coast and really play those teams. You didn't have no kind of conversations with them dudes. Like it wasn't like y'all didn't know each other till you actually played each other. And it's just so much different these days.
No,
Hey, but Shaheen,
Yep.
y'all don't get y'all props. You, Kobe, and them, like, y'all was really some of the first ones that them big name brands was really getting behind at a young age.
Yo, I'll tell you one thing, bro. Real talk. Tim don't get his props like Tim should. Yo, Tim Thomas, like 10th, 11th, 12th grade. Like, now Kobe took off senior year. But Tim, the stuff he was doing
He was that dude.
10th grade, man, he was a close man, bro. Like he taking it coast to coast, man. Throwing off the glass, catching it.
6'11".
Like at 6'11", doing all the things like a guard do, bro.
We had a crazy class, dog. We had a crazy class.
No, it was good, man. You know, and
shit.
just to be honest with you, man, like anybody could have got that the MVP. I think because of like the way the things were set up, right? And then I was a guard that was just kind of feeding everybody, like Stak.
It was set up for Kobe to get it. Trust me.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, everybody thought he was going to get it. It was like it was Kobe thing, right? It was like the way it was the show. But I just think that the way it was set up, and you know, the thing I loved about it is with our team, no one cared who did what.
Nah, for real.
Right? No one cared that like Stak was doing it, then Ed Carter did it, then Jermaine, then Rip. Like no one cared. Like we were just out there balling. You know what I mean? And guys was having fun. And at the end of the day, like I said, most of my assists probably came from Stak. Right? Like I remember every time he scored, he did this, like all this, like, you know, that was his thing. I think that was the Dallas thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the crazy thing is I watched, like I got that film and I watched it like 2 weeks ago, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I gotta see some of that. I think I think what my highlights of Shaheen of the game was, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember how many times you hit Mike with the in and out?
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking about every play down,
I'll be honest
man.
with you, bro.
Bing,
like, I'll be
bing.
honest with you, bro. And no one here could say that the person that they was playing against, it wasn't personal. It was personal, bro.
Yes,
it was love,
sir.
It was personal. Right?
Mike was nice, nigga.
Like you was going up against Corey Benjamin, right? It was personal.
Yeah, it was personal.
Because Corey was the dude on the West Coast. It was personal, right? Mike was a guy on the West Coast. It was personal.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm like, you know, the problem with us, though, to be honest, we had too many dudes trying to go. Everybody wanted to go. Like, it was like, who turned, like coming down court, who turn is it?
Who turn is it? My turn, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like the East, like that was our thing, man. But it was fun, man. And we won the game, so that's the big part.
Great
man.
So Mike not playing defense didn't start in the league. It's always been that way.
But you know what though? Mike was a bucket, bro.
I know.
Hey, Mike ain't never seen that. Mike ain't seen nothing like that though. Mike ain't really seen.
I can only imagine.
He was coming from the West Coast. He ain't really, you know, Mike had all them no-look passes and shit, but he ain't never seen nobody play with the ball like Shaheen was playing with the ball, dog.
But Mike was a bucket, bro.
Yeah,
Mike could score that ball, bro. He could shoot.
Always been a bucket.
Yes, sir.